The truth is, the people of this country, the larger population of the poor, are almost trapped in intractable poverty. Some 133 million are perniciously in that state of poverty. One thing that is fundamental are the choices that we make as a people. And guess what? The lawyers determining the rule of law of this society and what is rewarded, what is punished, are the heart of it. The question that I hope your conference this year would force each of you to ask is, should there be an evaluation of what our profession has done to provide the necessary guardrails for the behavior of our political class? It's not to be that we, as the privileged class, for as long as you're educated, you're a privileged class, we need to understand that this society lays prostrate for the poor right now, some 133 million of them, that a distorted incentive society is making it impossible for them to actually have a quality of life that is close enough to just being normal. And therefore, I am praying that as the legal profession, you can agree that there is serious discussions that are making it difficult for incentives to align in the direction where hard work is rewarded. This country has to go back to rewarding hard work. This idea that politics is the pathway to becoming wealthy is an anomaly. Any profession that is rewarding this kind of pre-Bengalist behavior cannot be a profession that cares about tomorrow. But I do know that I know some of you, and you're some of the best minds that we have in this society. So, stop trading this profession. Stop giving this profession over to a bunch of lousy politicians that want to destroy generations here and unborn. Don't invite me.
Of course, that was the statement coming from Dr. Oby Ezekwesili. To start this conversation, I would like to just do a handover of some buttons to my lord.
No, it's Lord.
No, okay, me not. On this place. This is in this area because it is your.
I'm not here to.
I know. I just okay. It's not yet.
It analyze me.
Okay.
I'm sure I don't want to be.
Okay. No. That's not my direction.
That's not your direction.
Not your direction. Okay. So, let's bring it to you. Something about what hearing her, listening to her, the things that she said. What do you feel is fundamental? Like she said, that because we know that lawyers are very key and important to bringing forth right judgment and justice and fairness and equity for everybody. And she talked about the startling 133 million Nigerians and a few other things. How did you feel hearing that statement?
Okay, so I think first, there's nothing she has said, and I say it with greatest respect, there's nothing she has said that is quite different. That was a very perfect closing line. And it boiled us down to problems we have in our country, which is the problem of leadership. That's something that has even Chinua Achebe even had to write a book about the problem of Nigeria, the trouble with Nigeria. but then what has made this quite topical, to say, is because of the platform in which it was spoken. The annual general conference of the Nigerian Bar Association is actually the largest gathering of professionals in Africa. You have, I think, yes, in Africa, you have about 14,000, 15,000 conferees, on site, and then you have thousands more who join virtually. So I mean, so it's such a huge platform, but it's something, and I like the fact that she tried to re-echo the duty which we owe as lawyers to society. The first lawyer in Nigeria, Sapara Williams, was the one who said that a lawyer lives for the direction of his people and for the advancement of the cause of his country. And that charge, it's that we can't just afford to fold our hands and then see our nation go the way it is going. However, I think that this point should be made clear, because it will seem that whenever we talk about leadership in Nigeria, we situate leadership only with respect to the federal government.
Yeah.
And the closest government to the people in a country that ought to be working is this local government and the states.
True.
So this is not actually a celebration or an indictment of, I think it's just an indictment of the entire political class. But the points which she made are things we cannot fold our, and then we all seem to also be complicit. As of today in Nigeria, the highest destiny changing offices are two. I only want to talk about one because it might be very controversial. But the first is politics. The first is politics, and that's why people run into politics. So they're not going to leadership to solve problems collectively. They're actually going to solve poverty problems. So you see someone who just gets into politics, gets into political offices, and then in a year or two, his fortunes have changed. And then I tell you that even for us as society, we are also complicit in that. Because if a person goes into public office, comes back the way he is, it is even those in society that will also abuse him. If the car you are driving, you drove that car as a commissioner, and after as a commissioner, that's the only thing you were able to acquire, your people would also abuse you that you wasted their slots because it was the opportunity. So it's while it's good to have this conversation, it's also important that there needs to also be a reorientation, because you cannot take from one hand and then expect that the other hand will supply what has been taken.
True.
If you want to talk about leadership, we must go back to the core values of integrity, of vision, of holding people accountable, not turning blind eyes. Today, in our country, in our state, in our local governments, we have more monies flowing all through. What is happening? So we must ask those questions, and it's important that. And then I think I must commend, because this is not this is a topic that people can just brush over, but it's important that we talk on it regularly.
Yeah.
Because the problem of Nigeria is not location, it's not resources. We actually are really blessed. The problem of Nigeria that we have now is the issue of leadership, and we all have not just lawyers, every one of us. And I think you're playing your part. Those listening should also play their part. We must hold our leaders accountable, and we must be deliberate in leadership recruitment.
Wonderful.
Okay, and maybe we'll go to Lagos. Let's Justice Ojiano, what Ezekwesili said here at this conference, is she indicting only the legal luminaries? Because she said there are the few privileged people, but from her tone of voice, she's indicting them to their face, that they are part of the bigger picture, probably the bigger picture of the Nigerian road today. When she said if they like to don't invite her again, she has told them the truth. How would you react to what Dr. Ezekwesili said? Told the lawyers Because it seems she's telling them to their face, no, not be the problem.
Golden FM 97.5.